Why the camera isn't working? Edit. So why isn't the camera working? Man, why is the camera working? Why is the camera off? Why is the camera off? Testing. Mic check, testing. Yeah, man, I'm trying to figure out why is the camera off. It's a big camera thing. It says off. Why? Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna read then. I don't know why the camera's off. So yeah, I'm reading Enoch. So it says the book of Enoch, also called 1 Enoch, is an ancient Jewish religious work ascribed by tradition to Enoch, the great grandfather of Noah. Enoch contains unique material on the origins of supernatural demons and giants, why some angels fell from the heavens, and an explanation of why the great flood was morally necessary, the prophetic exposition of the 1,000-year reign of the Messiah. It is wholly extant only in the Ge'ez language. I don't know what the Ge'ez. I'm going to look into that. The Ge'ez language is spelled G E apostrophe E Z. Right, the Ge'ez language, with Aramaic fragments from the Dead Sea Scrolls and a few Greek and Latin fragments. Okay. Enoch is composed of 5 sections. So, section 1, the Book of the Watchers, chapter 1, the words of the blessing of Enoch, with which he blessed the elect and righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. Verse 2, and he took up his parable and spoke. Enoch, a righteous man, whose eyes were opened by Hawa, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens, which the angels showed me. And from them I heard everything, and from them I understood as I saw, but not for this generation, but for a remote one which is to come. Concerning the elect I spoke and took up my parable concerning them. The Holy Great One will come out from his dwelling, and the eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai, and appear from his camp, and appear in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens. Verse 5. And all will be smitten with fear, and the watchers will quake. And great fear and trembling will seize them onto the ends of the earth, and the high mountains will be shaken, and the high hills will be made low, and will melt like wax before the flame. Verse 7. and the earth will be wholly rent in sunder, and all that is upon the earth will perish. And there will be a judgment upon all men. But with the righteous he will make peace, but of the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect, and mercy will be upon them, and they will all belong to Hawa, and they will be prospered, and they will all be blessed, and he will help them all, and light will appear unto them, and he will make peace with them. Verse 9. And behold, he comes with tens of thousands of his holy ones to execute judgment upon them, and to destroy all the ungodly, and to convict all flesh of all of the works of their ungodliness which they have ungodly committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Chapter 2. Chapter 2. Verse 1. Observe you everything that takes place in the heaven, how they do not change their orbits, and the luminaries which are in the heaven, how they all rise and set in order, each in its season, and transgress not against their appointed order. Behold, you the earth, and give heed to the other things which take place upon it from first to last, how steadfast they are, how none of these things upon earth change, but all the works of Allah appear to you. Verse 3. Behold the summer and the winter, how the whole earth is filled with water, and the clouds and dew and rain lie upon it. So I'm reading out of the Apocrypha, and this is Enoch. Enoch is Noah's great grandfather. Uh, this is a situation that's being told about the flood before it happened. So, chapter 3, verse 1. Observe and see how in the winter all the trees seem as though they had withered and shed all their leaves, except 14 trees which do not lose their foliage, but retain the old foliage from 2 to 3 years until the new comes. Chapter 4, verse 1. And again, observe you the days of summer, how the sun is above the earth over against it, and you seek shade and shelter by reason of the heat of the sun. And the earth also burns with growing heat, and so you cannot tread on the earth or on the rock by reason of its heat. Chapter 5. Observe you how the trees cover themselves with green leaves and bear fruit. For what reason give you heed and know with regard to all his works, and recognize how he that lives forever has made them so, and all his works go on like this from year to year forever, and all the tasks which they accomplish for him. And their tasks change not, but according as Hawa has ordained, so it is done. And behold, how the sea and the rivers in like manner accomplish and change not their task from his commandments. Let me read that again. And behold, how the sea and the rivers in like manner accomplish and change not their task from his commandments. But you have not been steadfast, nor done the commandments of the Lord, but you have turned away and spoken proud and hard words with your impure mouths against his greatness. Oh, you hard-hearted, you will find no peace. Therefore, you will execute your days, and the years of your life will perish, and the years of your destruction will be multiplied in eternal execration, and you will find no mercy. In those days you will make your names an eternal execration into all the righteous, and by you will all who curse, and all the sinners and godless will impreciate by you. And for you, the godless, there will be a curse, and all the righteous will rejoice, and there will be forgiveness of sins, and every mercy and peace and forbearance. There will be salvation unto them, a godly light. And for all of you sinners, there will be no salvation, but on you all will abide a curse. But for the elect, there will be light and joy and peace, and they will inherit the earth. And then there will be bestowed upon the elect wisdom, and they will all live and never again sin, either through ungodliness or through pride. But they who are wise will be humble, and they will not against transgress, nor will they sin all the days of their life, nor will they die of the divine anger or wrath, but they will complete the number of the days of their life, and their lives will be increased in peace, and the years of their joy will be multiplied in eternal gladness and peace all the days of their life. Man, heavy. Good stuff, man. Good stuff, man. So I'm gonna stop at chapter 6. Well, chapter 7 I'll stop. I'm just trying to send some positive vibrations through the system, man. Cause there's a lot going on. You got people talking greasy about other people. You got people plotting on other people. You got people not paying attention to what's going on in these latter days. Us chosen ones, man, we just staying focused, man, no matter what. We dodging all hijacks and we staying focused, man. And we staying humble. So pretty much that's what I'm doing, man. Sending positive vibrations through technology. So let's go. Chapter 6. And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters, or comely daughters, and the angels, the children of the heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. And Simjaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear you will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone will have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him and said, Let us all swear an oath, and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecations, not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Verse 5 in chapter 6, Enoch and Apocrypha. Then swore they all together and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And they were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon. And they called it Mount Hermon because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. And these are the names of their leaders: Lazarus, their leader, Arakba, Ramil, Kokablil, Tomlil, Ramlil, Daniel, Ezekiel, Barakjel, Azael, Amaros, Batruel, Anunel, Zakiel, Samsapil, Turel, Jamajil, Saril, These are their chiefs of tens. That was hard. Trying to say all those names. So let's go. I'm gonna get some more of this. So chapter 7, verse 1. And all the others together with them took unto themselves wives, and each chose for himself one, and they began to go in unto them and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them charms and enchantments and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with their plants. And they became pregnant, and they bare great giants, whose height was 3,000 eels. Eels or ells? Ells. 3,000 ells. I'm gonna look that up. 3,000 ells. 3,000 ells. Who consumed all the acquisitions of men. And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. And they began to sin against birds and beasts and reptiles and fish, and to devour one another's flesh. Man, they ate each other. Damn. That sounds like some. It sounds like some Edomite stuff, like eating raw meat. Edomites, they eat raw meat. You know, that whole thing with Jacob and Esau. They all sold his birthright for what I understand, it was meat, like raw meat. And drink the blood. Then the earth laid accusation against the lawless ones. Let's finish chapter 8. And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth, and the art of working them, and breastplates, and ornaments, and the use of anatomy, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all the kinds of costly stones. Amen. So Azazel, is he one of the? I'm not looking to. I don't think this name is up here. These names are so awkward. Azazel taught men to. Oh, okay. So these are. Wait a minute. So this is. So there were. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth, and the art of working them, and the bracelets, and the ornaments, and the use of autonomy, and the beautifying of eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones, and all coloring tinctures. And there arose much godliness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Amen. So there arose much godliness. How did it arise much godliness, but then they started doing all this fornicating and stuff? And they were led astray and became corrupt in all their ways. So how did they start doing godliness, but they are fornicating and all this corruption going on? Semjaza taught enchantments and root cuttings. Hmm. Amaros, 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 the resolving of enchantments. Baraquil taught astrology. Cocobel, the constellations. Ezekiel, the knowledge of the clouds. Arigail, the signs of the earth. Shamsiel, the signs of the sun. And the Sirel, the course of the moon. And as men perished, they cried, and their cry went up to heaven. Chapter 9. And then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven and saw much blood being shed upon the earth. And all lawless being wrote upon the earth, and they saw one to another. The earth made without inhabited cries, the voice of their crying up to the gates of heaven. And now to you, the holy ones of heaven, the souls of men, make their suit, saying, bring our cause before the Most High. And they said to the Lord of ages, Lord of lords, Hawah of Hawahs, King of kings, and Hawah of the ages, the throne of your glory stands unto all the generations of the ages, and your name holy and glorious and blessed unto all the ages. Verse 5. I'm on chapter 9, Enoch in the Apocrypha. All right, verse 5. You have made all things and have power over all things, and all things are naked and open in your sight, and you see all things, and nothing can hide itself from you. You see what Azazel has done, who has taught all unrighteousness on earth and unraveled the eternal secrets which were preserved in heaven, which men were striving to learn. And Semjaza, to whom you have given authority to bear rule over his associates, and they have gone to the daughters of men upon the earth, and have slept with the women, and have defiled themselves, and revealed to them all kinds of sins. And the women have borne giants, and the whole earth has thereby been filled with blood and unrighteousness. Verse 2. Verse 10. And now, behold, the souls of those who have died are crying and making their suit to the gates of heaven, and their lamentations have ascended. Lamentations have ascended. And cannot cease because of the lawless deeds which are wrought on the earth. Verse 11. And you know all things before they come to pass, and you see these things, and you do suffer them, and you do not say to us what we are to do to them in regard to these. I got to keep going. Let me see. Let me see. That's pretty long. Oof. Oof. Yeah. Enoch, serious goodness gracious. Yes, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 pages. All right, so chapter 10. I'm going to dismount here in a minute. I'm just, I already know vibrations, man. I'm trying to send positive vibrations, man, through technology because we need it. We need it, man. It's a lot going on, and Satan and his minions is running wild. So chapter 10. Then said the Most High, the Holy and Great One spoke, and sent Uriel to the son of Lamech, and said to him, Go to Noah, and tell him in my name, hide yourself, and reveal to him the end that is approaching, that the whole earth will be destroyed, and a deluge is about to come upon the whole earth, and will destroy all that is on it. And that, so Noah gonna hide somewhere. And now instruct him that he may escape, and his seed may be preserved for all the generations of the world. And again, the Lord said to Raphael, bind Azazel's hand and foot, and cast him into darkness, and make an opening in the desert, which is in Dudal, and cast him therein. Verse 5, chapter 10, Enoch, the Apocrypha, and place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever, and cover his face that he may not see light. And unto the day of the great judgment he will be cast into the fire, and heal the earth which the angels have corrupted, and proclaim the healing of the earth, that they may heal the plague, and that all the children of men may not perish through all the secret things that the watchers have disclosed and have taught their sons, and the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. Write this down. So Zazel, Zazel is a problem. Problem. I think that's probably. I'm gonna say, is he the devil? He might be. You got so many different names. Well, it's different. I guess you got different angels, and you got different uh fallen angels. It ain't wasn't just one. There's a couple of them. Let me see. I'm sorry. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? I'm working, man. Scholarshiping, man. Just taking in the Apocrypha in real time. So it says, and the whole earth has been corrupted upon the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. Verse 9. And to Gabriel, I know Gabriel was a good angel. Gabriel was the angel that usually got the word from the Most High and sent it to the prophets. So Gabriel is usually the man. So and to Gabriel said to the Lord, proceed against the bastards and the reprobates, and against the children of fornication, and destroy the children of fornication and the children of the watchers from among men, and cause them to go out, send them one against the other, that they may destroy each other in battle. For length of days will they not have. Verse 10. And no request that they, their fathers, make of you will be granted unto their fathers on their behalf, for they hope to live in eternal life, and that each one of them will live 500 years. I'm gonna get ready to dismount because I gotta fix finish fixing dinner. You know, the wife is at work. Daddy daycaring for the evening, so the boys ready to come in. It's getting dark, so the main course is already done. I just gotta put them together some, you know, rice or something, little victuals. You know what I mean? All praise to the Most High for blessing me and my family with victuals for the night. So yeah, verse 11. And the Lord said unto Michael, go, bind Semjaza and his associates who have united themselves with women, so as to have defied themselves with them in all their uncleanliness. Right? And then their sons have slain one another, and they have seen the destruction of their beloved ones. Bind them fast for 70 generations in the valleys of the earth, until the clay of their judgment and their consummation, right? Consummation, until the judgment that is forever and ever is consumed. Verse 13. In those days they will be led off to the abyss of fire, into the torment of the prison, in which they will be confirmed forever. And whosoever will be condemned and destroyed will from then on be bound together with them to the end of all generations. Damn. To the end of all generations. Boy, they're going to be bounded for skillions of years. and destroy all the spirits of the reprobate and his children of the watchers, because they have wronged mankind. Destroy all wrong from the face of the earth, and let every evil work come to an end, and let the plant of righteousness and truth appear, and it will prove a blessing. The works of righteousness and the truth will be planted in truth and joy forevermore. Verse 17. And then will all the righteous escape and will live until they beget thousands of children, and all the days of the youth and their old age will they complete in peace. And then will the whole earth be tilled in righteousness, and will be planted with trees and be full of blessings. Verse 19. And all desirable trees will be planted on it, and they will plant vines on it, and the vine which they plant thereon will yield wine in abundance. And as far all the seed which is sown thereon, each treasure of it will hear 1,000, and each measure of olives will yield 10 presses of oil. Verse 20. And you will cleanse the earth from all oppression and from all unrighteousness and from all sin and from all godliness and all the uncleanliness that is wrought upon the earth, destroy from off the earth. Destroy from off the earth. Verse 21. And all the children of men will become righteous, and all the nations will offer adoration and will praise me, and all will worship me. Verse 22. So I'm at verse 22, chapter 9, Enoch in the Apocrypha. Verse 22. It's the last verse. And the earth will be cleansed from all defilement and from all sin and all punishment and from all torment, and I will never again send them upon it from generation to generation and forever. So we'll get back chapter 11. We're in the Apocrypha, Enoch. Shalom. Peace, peace.